Trash Talk the Show. My name's Don Fish. I'm here with Darik Campbell. We're in week 13 this week, man. Week 13 of the season. Let's do a week 12 recap, man. Let's talk about some games.
A lot of big games. A lot of things changed last week.
Big games, man. A lot of playoff people's denied, man.
What happened? Where do you want to hit first?
Ass kickers versus dogs, man. This is 77-73 victory. Interdivision, all these interdivision rivals, man. Ass kickers over the dogs this week.
Devastating. I laid 6 points on the Chili Dogs. Couldn't even put Carson Palmer in there. He scored 20 points. Started Kurt Warner, 0. Don't understand.
Dogs failed to get a quarterback in there, man. He called me, tried to get somebody in there for him, but it was too late. Sorry about that. I mean, you got to put Palmer in your lineup clearly before. Yeah. If Warner's questionable, you got to put Palmer in your lineup, right?
Against the Browns, yes. I'm going to take that 6 points out on the Dogs.
Ass kickers take Romo out of the lineup this week. Put in Favre.
Smart thing. See what happens.
Favre lit up 37 points, man. Good job. Bandits over Rays. We're not going to spend much time on this. 84-79. The Bandits get it. Leapfrog one game out of the first place in that division.
I threw a lot of points on Rage, and guess what? Rage, you guys didn't do the double tight end formation. Left Gates on the
Gates would have lit it up, man.
Points, dude. You'd have won that one.
Intimidators over the Troop, man. Now, this is important because that game took the Troop out of the playoff running. Intimidators are back in the playoff running. Intimidators win that one 124-116, despite Breeze putting up 48 points.
Breeze dropped 48 points, and he also put Roy Williams on the bench. Still wasn't enough.
Finally, Roy Williams.
Still wasn't enough.
Killers over the Rain, 92-91. This was a big game, man. This takes the Rain down to second place. Killers up in the first place.
That really hurts the Rain's chances right there.
Doesn't it, though? Bombers destroy the AWOLs this week, 91-66. AWOLs had quarterback only had 0 points. You got the win, man. You scored 90. AWOLs went down.
I told you, right? You've been saying all year if you score 90 points,
you're going to beat the AWOLs. Evidently, if you score 70 points, you're going to beat the AWOLs.
We'll see.
Hoosiers over Guns. This was embarrassing, man. 114-76.
On your feet and celebrate your Hoosier pride.
Hoosiers.
He supports you every week, Miller. I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't see it. I called it. I knew the Hoosiers were going to put down the Guns.
What's it saying, man? Even a blind squirrel gets nut every once in a while, right? Yeah.
Stat of the week. Stat of the week. 14. You take all of Don's 14 players, they would have scored a total of 114 points and tied Milrye's 8-star.
Clearly
you still couldn't beat Milrye.
Clearly an embarrassing loss. Congratulations to Milrye. You know, he's lost like 70% of those games. Finally got a win. Congratulations.
Devastating to your playoff chances.
I don't think so. I'm still in. In the standings, let's go to the standings. In the North, man, we got the Rage. Everybody else, no sense of mentioning them. In the Central Division, we got the AWOLs at 8-4. Ass Kickers 7-4-1. Bombers 7-5, Dogs 7-5. Everybody in that division right now in the playoffs. In the South, we got the Killers at 7-5, the Rain at 6-5-1, the Hoosiers at 6-6, and the Guns at 6-6. Everybody fighting for a playoff berth in that. To go to the playoffs, let's go down the seeding.
Talking playoffs? Don't talk playoffs. Playoffs?
Number 1 seed is in the Central Division. It's the AWOLs at 8-4. Number 2 seed is the Killers in the South at 7-5. The Rage somehow get in at 5-7, taking the North. The Wild Cards, we got the Ass Kickers at 7-4-1. The Bombers taking the 5th seed, man, at 7-5, and the Dogs at 7-5. Everybody in the Central Division wrapping up that.
I got one thing to say. Every other team outside the North Division would be winning the North, would be in the playoffs right now if they were in the North
Division. Can I get in the North Division?
There's 8 teams
that
would have already
right
had
now?
the North wrapped up at this point.
I don't know what's going on. Let's we get time for some pick'ems. We got a special phone interview that we're going to come to here in a minute. So we got to kind of wrap it up. Let's do some pick'ems.
All right, let's go to pick'ems. AWOLs and Ass Kickers. Who you got?
Man, I got the Ass Kickers to finish this off. She could score 90 even with all of her running backs on the bench. I got the AWOLs.
You mean Ass Kickers?
Ass Kickers.
I'm laying 3 on AWOLs, babe. 3 on AWOls.
I got a 6 on the Ass Kickers.
Right.
What about the Hoosier and the Rain?
The Hoosiers and the Rain. I'm laying 6 on the Hoosiers. 6.
I'm going to go with an emotional Rain to try to knock the Hoosiers out of this one, man, because I can get the Rain next week, man.
So I'm going tiebreaker.
I am worried about it, man. What about the Troop and the Rage? Who you got that one?
I got to go with the Rage with the 2 tight end set, and plus Troops brought Roy Williams back in the lineup, I noticed. Got to go with Rage, laying a 4 spot on it.
Troops are knocked out of the playoffs, but they could still try and get a number 1 draft pick in next year's draft. So I'm going with the Troop to try and moral victory here, man.
6 straight losses. I don't know.
I don't even have any other games on the list. You got to.
Don's Guns at the Killers. Who you got?
Man, I tell you what, man. I'm picking the Guns. I got to pick the Guns, but obviously I got Brady going up against his Moss and Welker. I don't know how I'll win it.
I'm laying 2 on Don's Guns only because the Killers have Forsett in the lineup still. It looks like Julius Jones is going to get it. Bombers at Chili Dogs. So you got big game.
Man, this is a big game, man. I got the Chili Dogs to rebound this one. I like to pick you, but I think the Chili Dogs are going to rebound and get that win.
I'm laying 1 on the Bombers. And then our special guest, the Intimidators at Rabel. Who you got?
Man, I got the Intimidators to come back and try to make a playoff run.
Intimidators dropping 5 on you, baby. Dropping 5 on you.
Hey, we got a special phone guest. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Trash Talkers Fantasy Football League, bringing friends and family together. Friendly competition, friendly trash talking, and friendly postings of obscene and inappropriate pictures of your friends passed out in the alleyways of foreign countries. What league are you in?
Hey, welcome back to the Trash Talk Show. Hope you enjoyed the commercial here. I'm back with Darik, Campbell, Don Fish. We got special guest on the phone, owner of the Intimidators, Lieutenant of the Army, Scott Goble. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing well there, Donnie. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. You got a big win this week over the Troop, knocked the Troops out of the playoff hunt, and now with a 4-8 record, somehow you're back in the playoff hunt, man. How's that feel?
It feels pretty good, man, because I've held a razor blade to my wrist at least 7 or 8 times this year, so it's pretty painful.
I'm not sure what stopped you from going ahead and slicing it, man, but that's pretty embarrassing. 4-8, man, and you're only 1 game out of the playoffs, man. I think somebody broke wind in here. That's pretty bad.
Save the best for last. I try to save the best for last.
I think that's Scott's season right there. That's what stinks.
It's more than that.
Hey, Scott, this is Darik Campbell at the Broadway Bombers. I just got to say one thing about the season here. On September 2nd, 2009, I sent an email, or I posted ranking the draft. And AWOL's number 1, Killers number 2, Broadway Bombers number 3, Ass Kickers number 4. And number 5, and what I said was going to be a 2-dog race in the North Division, was yours truly, the Intimidators. And you guys are 4-8. My top 4 draft rankings are the top 4 teams in the league. What do you got to say about that, man?
You know, I was really bitten by the Portis and Westbrook bug this year. They were my top 2 running backs. If I could have feasibly gotten 5 points each from those worthless chodes, I could have easily won 4 more games. And you know, halfway made you look at it, you know, a lot more smarter than your picks already were, because you obviously did your homework, and you kind of knew after the draft that those top 4 teams were going to be the best that we have in the league.
What about the AWOL schedule, man? I covered it earlier. I don't know if you watched that video, but I said if I broke it down to the last team in each league, if they had the AWOL schedule, you'd be first in your division, man. How's that feel?
It's pretty painful, but I will say that when I played the AWOL, I gave him a solid scuffing. And I'm pretty sure that I canceled about 700 of his trade offers.
Like everybody else in the league, I guess.
Probably like everybody else in the league.
That dude needs to focus about putting a team together instead of sending everybody away, doesn't he? That dude's always spending time on the waiver trade wire.
It sounds like that was what he needs to do, because it looks to me like he may be fading in the end. And you may have a team that comes out with a losing record that pulls the championship home. I'm just saying.
So what about this week, man? You take on the Bandits. Are you going to guarantee a win this week or what, man?
I'm not going to guarantee a win, because if you looked at my schedule at all, you've noticed that when teams play me, that they have their best games of the season. Guaranteed best game of the season.
Troops did.
For instance,
Breeze put up 48 points this last week.
And you know, I was walking impatient through my house. I wanted to jump out the window. It was horrible. I got a pretty solid set this week with Mendenhall, Macklin Bolden, Dallas Clark, which is best tight end in the NFL. And hopefully my Jets will shut down the Bills tonight, and it's another solid 30-point performance from my defense.
Hey, we'll see, man. I mean, we got to get out of here pretty quick. This is just to wrap it up.
I want to give one shout out to the Hoosiers for just laying it down on the Guns last week. Laying it down.
Thanks for the support, man. Appreciate the interview.
What is that song, Lay It Down? Who sings that?
I'm
Rat?
not sure,
Somebody
man.
who sings
I'm not
Lay
sure.
It Down.
Darik Campbell, Scott Goble, I'm Don Fish. See you losers next week.
See ya.